Right now, firefighters in Arizona are on the ground working to contain two large wildfires. The state's governor has issued emergency declarations for thousands of people living in the burn zones. This map shows the Mescal and Telegraph fires, both burning south of Phoenix. Together, they have scorched more than 150,000 acres. The Mescal fire started burning just 9 days ago, and the cause is still under investigation tonight. And right now, dry and windy conditions are making it even harder for firefighters to keep it contained. Dolores Garcia is joining us tonight, Bureau of Land Management with the state of Arizona. You are the lead agency working on the Mescal fire right now. We appreciate your time. I know it's very important, all of the work that's going on. Give us a brief update on the very latest situation with the fire and also containment.
As of this morning, we were looking at 72,250 acres and 36% containment. On the scene right now, we have over 540 personnel working the Mescal fire.
What can you tell us in terms of evacuations? How many people have had to leave their homes?
We have, as a result of the Mescal fire, we've had several communities impacted by evacuations. Fortunately, the fire behavior on the Mescal fire has moderated, and the level of containment has increased enough that many of the communities that were evacuated as recently as yesterday were able to go back into their homes. Some of them are in a set mode, which means they should still be prepared in case fire activity does increase and they need to evacuate again.
Dolores, I do understand that some power lines as well as some historic and cultural sites are within the fire area. What can you tell us about the status of those locations?
Really, right now, most of the land that has been impacted is on the San Carlos Apache Tribal Reservation. And there's a lot of areas through there that are very significant to the tribe itself. Natural resources through there that are very significant to what they do culturally and spiritually, which have been monitored very closely. And we've been working very closely with the San Carlos Apache tribe, as well as several communities and ranches through that area that make their livelihood from, again, the range out there with cattle and ranching and farming.
Oh, that is heartbreaking. I do know the spiritual and cultural significance of that land. What challenges are your crews facing right now in terms of holding the line and keeping this fire back from areas, as you just mentioned?
Really, right now, it is about holding the line. And the challenges they're facing right now are some extreme heat. We are expecting some weather conditions that are expecting to bring the normally hot triple-digit temperatures from the low 100s into about the 110 category here in the coming days.
Wow, I can't even imagine fighting these fires in 100+ degree temperatures, the heat of the fire. These wildland firefighters and the support crews are truly incredible. We're thinking about them tonight. Before I let you go, what's your message to people who are out and about, who are ready to recreate after a year of the pandemic as we enter what could be a really, really dangerous fire season?
We're asking people to be very cautious when they're recreating outdoors. We have fire restrictions in effect through most of the state, which restricts our most common causes of wildfires, including campfires, recreational target shooting. We just ask people that if it creates a spark, there's potential, and to be very cautious out there, because one less spark really is one less wildfire and keeps the public and firefighters safer.
Everybody plays a role. Everybody does their part to keep the land safe. Dolores Garcia,
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time, and our best to you and your crews as you continue the fight.
Thank you.